Hi, Sarah Devine here, Senior White Tiger Qigong instructor. Today I'm going to just take you briefly through the different forms you can find within the White Tiger Qigong system and what their various benefits are. In terms of dynamic practice, our main offering is the trinity system of the 8 Trigram Organ Qigong, 5 Element Qigong and 5 Animal Qigong, or 5 Animal Frolics. They're quite different and have some similar benefits as well as contrasting ones. So let's look at 8 Trigram first. Well, 8 Trigram Organ Qigong is a beautifully flowing Qigong. There are 8 different forms that are linked together seamlessly. And when you watch someone, you can barely notice sometimes that they've actually changed and they're doing something different, because it's just so, it's crafted so beautifully. You get a very soft and gentle massage of the organs. You bow the spine in just about every direction possible. You get a wonderful, deep, rhythmic movement, and what this is working to open up the joints, to increase flexibility in your limbs, and to also really get that wonderful response in the fascia that I mentioned before, where you're coiling and uncoiling and getting this deep, energizing, elastic response in the fascia. And of course, you're dilating the meridians, you're sending chi to just about every part of your body as you practice this wonderfully rhythmic movement. You're also strengthening your lower limbs with the horse stance, that is the key supporting stance of most of these 8 Trigram forms. 5 Element Qigong, on the other hand, works on the principle of maximum expansion and contraction. So we're targeting an organ with each of the movement forms. For example, the dragon is the kidney organ, and when we reach the maximum extension in the movement, we're getting a very deep squeeze onto one side of the kidney, and the other one is opening up and expanding. And then as we return to our central axis point, we're getting a rush of fresh blood, fresh chi, fresh oxygen into the kidneys. And each 5 element stance also targets the related meridian or chi channel for that specific organ. In terms of our lower body, we are using different stances and getting a lot of movement, of mobility through our ankles, our knees, and up into the hips. So you can, over time, build up your strength, your stamina through practicing these different body positions. 5 Animal Qigong, or 5 Animal Frolics, is actually a set of 20 different forms, and there are 5 animals within this set. So each animal has 4 different movements, and each movement is part of the animal's story. So let's take our tiger, for instance. Our tiger ascends the mountain to begin with, then it descends the mountain. Then it hunts for its prey, and then it eats its prey. And each of these forms requires a different balance challenge. 5 Animal Qigong is a walking Qigong, and each animal, and even the progression of the animals, has a different stance and a different movement. Sometimes we're walking forward, sometimes we're crossing, sometimes we're going to the side. And one thing is, we're never standing still. So the 5 Animal Qigong does compress onto specific organs as well. And it also practices acupressure. So we are very conscious when we're doing the forms. For example, the monkey, we're pressing our fingertips together, we're pulsing into the fingertips at the peak of our movements. So we're getting an extra dilation where the meridians end in the fingers. With our feet, we often rest the foot onto a very specific point. So the 5 Animal Qigong is quite expressive, and it can be very playful as well. With our Monkey Qigong, for example, we are releasing frustration and anger, and we're bringing in forgiveness. We can also bring in playfulness, because it's hard to stay angry when you're being playful, right? And some of the animal stances can be very, very deep. So over time you can really work on the strength in the lower limbs, and also getting a more elastic response through your tendons, and getting more power in your movements as well. So that's another very significant benefit. In White Tiger Qigong, we have a number of different breathing techniques and meditations alongside the dynamic practices. And when we're still, there's so much going on. There are many physiological responses going on in your body. One of the most complete of these techniques, I think, is the primordial breath. And you can practice this in stages, learning to really deepen your internal awareness and of different important parts of the body, the upper dantian, the lower dantian, pulsing them together, drawing the upper down to meet the lower. We learn skin breathing, we learn to pulse our Wei Qi, our guardian Qi, and we also learn to do our bone marrow Qigong, so really bringing the Qi right down deep into the bone. And then the completion of this form, this sequence, is our White Tiger breath, and that's a story for another day. Oh, and also in the primordial breath, we practice our golden elixir Qigong, which is a method of using the saliva to help you to heal. It's a very potent substance, as you'll find out. In terms of our visualization meditations, one of them, I think for me, the most effective is the melting into nothingness meditation, where we bring in primordial Qi through the crown, and we just bring it into each part of the body, and we progressively melt as we do that. It's a wonderful, wonderful sensation, and all my students love it too. We do a lot of meditations for releasing emotion as well, including our 6 healing sound meditation. Something as simple as gratitude meditation sets you up for the right feeling for the rest of your day. Concentration meditation to help you learn to become less distracted, so really get a razor sharp focus. And there's more besides, so I hope you'll come on this journey of discovery with White Tiger Qigong. Check us out at our website, whitetigerqigong.com. Please like this channel, and we'll keep you posted and give you more snippets as we go along. Have a lovely day.